Here to present the strategic plan tonight. What I intend to do is just go through the contents of the plan very systematically, and we'll cap it off with the strategies and actions, and I'll talk more briefly about the actions, but yeah, we'll go through it succinctly and systematically tonight. Before we get started, I would like to just acknowledge everyone in here, the public, city staff. Everyone played a massive part in getting this plan put together and facilitating and the input that has gone into the plan, especially the public. Without the public, without that input, the goals, the strategies, the actions, none of this would happen. It's the public. It's a publicly driven plan, and that's been taken into consideration for this. So there's a lot of players, and I just wanted to acknowledge that. So everything that we're going to see tonight, none of this is going to be new information. It's just going to be consolidated into the plan. We've seen this before. The purpose of this plan is to be a 3 to 5 year roadmap. It does establish the goals, objectives, and priorities to guide us through that time. This plan reveals areas of improvement for the city, what we've learned through this process, if there are areas that need to be worked on, and this plan addresses that. This plan also provides accountability, not only internally, but with the community as well. This plan also reflects the community's vision. So the input we receive from the community, that is shown throughout this plan as well. And then lastly, this plan builds a competitive advantage. And what I mean by that again is that when we seek grant funding or we go after additional dollars, federal, state, that it gives us an edge or a leg up on receiving that money or that award. So as we get into the plan foundation, and this is in the plan, there's kind of 5 main things that happened here. And this started back in August of 2021 when we did something called a community snapshot. And what we did is we conducted a market analysis just to get a kind of a baseline of current economic conditions. We held a staff leadership workshop, which we talked about internal operations, pain points, and really kind of to get a united focus on the direction moving forward. If we move forward to November of 2021 is when we kicked off this process. We had a community survey sent out right before Thanksgiving. In December that following month, we had our first public meeting. The purpose of that meeting was to communicate the strategic plan to the community, or communicate the process to the community, and then to receive input. And the community got to provide input not only through the surveys, but at the public meeting on vision, on strengths, weaknesses of the community, on kind of community values, what's important to them. So we took that information and we compiled it, and then in January we had another public meeting to kind of regurgitate the results from that. We listed several key takeaways that we'll get into here in just a few minutes in the form of goals. But we were able to spit that information back out to the public, really kind of formalize what we've heard, and then still we were able to get additional feedback and input from the community at that meeting as well. So following that, we had a council and staff leadership workshop. It was a 2-day process. The first day is where we took all that information we got from the public, all that input, and we laid it out to you guys, to the council. Through that, we developed vision, a mission statement, core values, and we discussed goals, strategies, and actions. A few months later, council and staff, we met again for day 2. What we did there is we finalized the mission and vision statements, our core values, and our goals. We also develop consensus on the strategies and actions at that time as well. And so from that point now, we've developed the plan, and we've put all that information together, and that's what we have here today as a draft plan. So what I'm going to do moving forward is just go through these main elements, and we'll go through them. So our mission, that is our why. And so when we talked about our mission, it's what do we do? What do we do here? What is our why? What is the purpose of our organization or the city? Our mission is the City of Hillsboro's mission is to offer reliable services, refreshing public spaces, and plentiful economic and social opportunities so that our residents feel secure, connected, and positive about the future of Hillsboro. We developed a vision statement. The vision statement reflects Hillsboro's ideal future. It reflects where we want to be in the future. It is our vision. Our vision statement is Hillsboro is a vibrant, small city where people can easily connect with what matters: each other, diverse businesses and activities, beautiful spaces, and larger markets a short drive away. So we move into our core values. Our core values are how we do business, how we treat each other. It's a framework for conduct. And from the public input we received and what we discussed at the workshops, these are the 5 core values: service, inclusion, integrity, innovation, and openness. A core value of service. We respond to the needs of our residents and businesses with empathy and sincerity. We are committed to providing quality services with competence and professionalism. We are servant-hearted, invested in the city of Hillsboro, and willing to go above and beyond to ensure the best for our citizens. Core value of inclusion. We value and celebrate Hillsboro's diversity and look for ways to engage and serve all members of the community equally. We create an environment of collaboration and teamwork where everyone's contributions are valued. The core value of integrity. We model ethical behavior by treating the community and each other with respect, honesty, and fairness. We live out these principles in our interpersonal dealings, in our work product, and when no one is watching. The core value of innovation. We are creative and forward thinking. We are problem solvers that are focused on improving our processes and services and adapting to meet the changing needs of the community. And finally, the core value of openness. We uphold accountability and transparency by communicating the city's intentions, our progress, and our processes. We respect our citizens' right to know and how their resources are used and their intelligence to interpret results for themselves. So these are the 8 goals. And again, I just want to stress that these goals came directly from the input we received from the community. And I'll get into the 8 now. Goal 1, ensure responsible, equitable growth. We will surpass a population of 13,000 people by adding residential units consistent with the city's needs and future land use plan. Goal number 2, foster transparency and connection. Connect citizens with government by reliably and routinely using print, dashboard, social media, and meetings to inform citizens and enlist their input and collaboration. Goal number 3, support preservation and beautification. Enhance Hillsboro's unique character, historic charm, and present vibrancy in incentivizing a renovation and adaptive reuse of historic structures, enforcing property standards, and beautifying the entrances to town. Goal number 4, deliver efficient, effective government. Retain and expand a collaborative team of employees who maintain technical qualifications, advance the city's service delivery, and operate equitably, accountably, and transparently. Goal number 5, build better infrastructure. Formally assess the conditions of street, water, and sewer infrastructure and implement projects and processes that will, if continued over time, bring and keep those systems in predominantly good condition. Goal number 6, deliver essential services. Deliver streets, water, wastewater, parks, public safety, and other essential services and systems that are dependable, in good repair, and of acceptable and or improving quality. Goal number 7, boost economic development. Implement business retention and attraction programs so that a variety of small and large businesses meet our residents' employment, entertainment, and commercial needs, and establish Hillsboro as a vital part of Central Texas's economic landscape. And then lastly, goal number 8, enhance quality of life. Maintain a system of clean, functional, and varied enrichment facilities and programs throughout the city, including best-in-class library and team sports. So these are going to be the final 8 goals, or these are the 8 goals that take into consideration the strategies and the action items that go along with them. These are also the final 8 pages of the strategic plan. What you'll see here is the strategies to achieve these goals on the left, and in consideration of time, took the action items and just summarized them into bullets that kind of cover the breadth of those. So these aren't the action items in their entirety. You'll see those entire items in your plan. So goal 1, ensure responsible, equitable growth. What are the strategies to do this? Some of the strategies. Ensure that Hillsboro's land use policies encourage a balance of land uses for both residential and non-residential development. Ensuring the local transportation network encourages mobility and connectivity for all modes of transportation. Develop a data-driven understanding of the housing market. Pursue infill and adaptive reuse development. Utilizing vacant and underutilized properties, and ensuring efficiency and adequate staffing for developer coordination, plan review, and permitting processes. So how do we achieve some of these strategies? Some of these actions include bringing existing codes and ordinances and planning documents up to date, understanding the baseline needs of the city for water, transportation, and housing. Some of the actions include improving or ways to improve the communication processes between the developers in the city, and encouraging development of existing properties, including the downtown. Goal number 2, foster transparency and connection. This is something that really bled through the public input, that the community wanted or wants communication. They like the communication. They like being kept in the know. They like progress on projects. So this has a lot to do with not only internal transparency and communication, but external as well. So what are some ways to help foster transparency and connection? Some of the strategies include enhancing internal communication processes, providing timely and accurate and accessible information to the community, and enlisting the input of collaboration of citizens. So from the internal side of things, understanding how we communicate internally within the organization, and developing standard operating procedures, and developing a communications plan to communicate with the public externally. Also improve ways on how the community can provide feedback to the city as well. Goal number 3, support preservation and beautification. Cleanliness and aesthetics was something else that bled through the public involvement with the input. Strategies to achieve this are improving the cleanliness and appearance of residential and residential properties, specifically done through code and code enforcement. Support the community's desire to have attractive and unique neighborhoods and corridors. Enhancing local participation by citywide beautification efforts. How can some of these strategies be achieved? Again, by updating codes and ordinances and communicating those with the community. Other actions include ways of implementing a program to clean city right-of-ways and curbs, identifying gateway beautification projects at key points of the city or in the city, identifying ways to help property owners and overcoming barriers to home improvement and volunteerism as well. Goal number 4, deliver efficient, effective government. What are some strategies to achieve this? Maintain a collaborative team between council and city management, ensuring consistency and continuity across all departments, creating a culture focused on professional development and employee retention, and ensuring actions and decisions align with the strategic plan. Ways of achieving those strategies include just strengthening the relationship between council and leadership, understanding internal processes and how staff work together and how they do their jobs together, understanding current staff needs, specifically when it comes to professional development, when it comes to training or technology needs, exploring best practices in hiring and employee retention, and then updating and reporting on their strategic plan. Goal number 5, to build better infrastructure. Strategies to achieve this is first of all, just understanding the baseline needs of the existing infrastructure and assess future maintenance needs. Ensure that new and existing infrastructure is planned for and maintained. Identify and pursue needed technology infrastructure as well. So when we think infrastructure, we think, a lot of times we think water mains, streets, sewer, but also technology infrastructure as well, what's needed for the community and within the city as well. What are some actions to achieve these strategies? Understanding the costs and conditions of existing infrastructure, just kind of getting that baseline. Developing and implementing a 10-year capital improvements program, a infrastructure roadmap, if you will. Develop and implement an asset management and preventative maintenance program. So once we have the infrastructure built, maintaining that, and then conducting a technology infrastructure needs assessment, including broadband as well. So understanding what the city needs infrastructure-wise. Goal 6, deliver essential services. Some of the strategies here: ensure that staff is technically qualified. Also to deliver services using equipment, facilities, and technologies that are relevant and maintained and dependable. So some actions to achieve these strategies here: to continue to cross-train staff and to provide technical continuity and expand the knowledge base within all the departments. Maintain existing mutual aid agreements with nearby communities. So when we say that, we mean we have manpower here, but if there's ever effort or manpower needed elsewhere, we have those mutual aid agreements in place. Develop and implement a routine maintenance and improvement schedule as well. Goal number 7, boost economic development. What are some strategies to do this? Attracting new businesses, retaining and facilitate expansion of existing businesses, facilitate development of entrepreneurship and small businesses, create a permitting and development review process that is clear to the community and to the business owners. So folks that want to start a business or expand their business, what's the process? What are the things they need to do that? And communicating that. Identifying and pursuing solutions for workforce needs, and pursuing the redevelopment of the outlet mall. So how do we achieve some of these strategies? What are some of the actions? Developing and implementing business retention and expansion programs for the various industries within the city. Develop and maintain partnerships with the small businesses. Review and updates codes and ordinances, and communicating that permitting process between the city and potential business owners. And then developing an understanding of the workforce needs within the community by building on the relationships that we have with local businesses, the high school, and Hill College. And then lastly, goal number 8, enhance the quality of life. So what are strategies specifically to do that? One of them is expanding the library to create a better and larger lobby, children's area, genealogy center, and meeting space. Develop and deliver dynamic library programming the library building and throughout the community. So not only at the library, but programming throughout the community as well. Enhancing the city's parks, trails, and recreational facilities, and developing and delivering recreation opportunities for all people of all ages and athletic abilities. So in summary, some of the actions that help prop up or build up these strategies: expanding the library's building and its programming and collections, evaluate existing parks and recreation facilities and update the parks master plan, coordination and facilitation of recreation events and activities year-round. So this is the last page and the last slide of the last page of the strategic plan. I guess in conclusion, the process started back in August with the community snapshot and a little bit of just some direction and some go. Then we started this in November. We've got the input from the community, and that was a big push, is to have a community-driven plan. The goals, the strategies, the actions are all based off of the mission, the vision. All of that's based off of what we heard from the community, and that's what you see tonight. With that, I'll take any questions.
Council, you have any questions for Gordon?